Greetings, fellow voyagers of verse and melody, and welcome once more to the sanctuary of sound that is the Wordsmith. Today, we embark on a journey through the intricate tapestry of Ren's Genesis, a song chosen by our discerning patrons whose tastes illuminate the path we walk together. As we peel back each layer of lyric and melody, exploring the raw elegance and poignant complexities that Ren weaves, I invite you to immerse yourselves fully. Let your mind wander through the shadows and illuminations of this masterpiece. And while you prepare to join me on this auditory voyage, do take a moment to explore my dedicated Ren Reaction Analysis playlist, which is linked below in the description, where the echoes of his artistry continue to resonate. And if the muses move you, I warmly encourage you to comment, like, subscribe, and please do share this experience with kindred spirits. And for those who wish to nourish the ongoing creation of these lyrical explorations, support the channel through Patreon, buy me a coffee, super thanks, or by becoming a YouTube channel member. A heartfelt bow of gratitude goes to all who have already lent their support. Your names shall dance upon the screen once more, a constellation of generosity lighting our shared musical cosmos. Now, let us delve with reverence and curiosity into the world of Genesis by Ren. Okay, so let's just dive straight into it, shall we? I love that vibe.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not
Hey, fish and
inside,
chips.
Dimension is definitely somewhere else. I wrestle with my thoughts, constant wrestle with my mental health.
Okay.
I put on life support, I've been put up on a higher shelf. My
Oh,
whole
man.
life I've been fighting. This cake, it don't have icing. These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me
Bloody
sane.
hell, okay.
I don't know if they're working. Cerebral cortex hurting. Maybe it's all learning.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. This is going to be a long video. Aha, yes. Now, these lyrics shimmer with the fragile, tremulous light of a mind navigating the labyrinthine corridors of introspection, and to explore them is to step into a chamber both intimate and universal. In the opening lines, when I'm by myself, I find my starts drifting somewhere else. So I found that pretty interesting. I think we're witnessing a consciousness untethered from a corporeal confinement, a psyche venturing beyond the familiar parameters of time and space, seeking solace or revelation in the uncharted realms of imagination. Ren's confession, it's not inside this dimension, it's definitely somewhere else. Now that evokes a poignant dislocation, a sense of existential exile from the mundane, yet also an exhilarating taste of cognitive freedom. The subsequent wrestle, I wrestle with my thoughts, constant wrestle with my mental health. Now, that also just sort of lays bare the ceaseless, almost gladiatorial struggle of the mind against itself, a candid portrayal of inner turmoil that resonates with anyone who has known the silent battles of mental fragility. And then there's the metaphorical elevation. I've been put up on the highest shelf. Now, that suggests a paradoxical isolation, a pedestal of recognition that doubles as a prison of expectation, while this cake, it don't have icing. I would say that sort of conveys the bitter irony of achievements or routines that, though ostensibly complete, lack the sweetness of fulfillment. The invocation of ritual, these mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane, reveals a desperate, almost sacred adherence to stabilizing practices. Yet, Ren's doubt, I don't know if they're working, underscores the precarious quivering edge between hope and despair. And then finally, the cerebral imagery, cerebral cortex hurting, maybe it's all learning, that just sort of elevates this reflection to a philosophical plane. Pain and strain become the alchemy of growth, suffering transmuted into cognition, the mind's agony, a necessary apprenticeship in the education of the self. And I think in these lines, Ren conjures a landscape where vulnerability and intellect, torment and wisdom sort of entwine in a haunting, luminous ballet, a testament to the exquisite mercurial complexity of human consciousness. So that's my understanding of it thus far. So based off the analysis I just gave, you can understand why I'm probably going to be pausing a lot. There's a lot of depth within a very short amount of time. This is rap music, so the amount of lyrics are going to be a lot more than normal songs that would have a slower tempo. So yeah, I'm going to take my time. Hope you don't mind, but this is the nature of this channel anyway, so you should be used to it, and I hope that you do enjoy it. If not, then that's okay too. But let's keep this going.
Know if they're working, cerebral cortex hurting.
Oh,
maybe it's all learning.
He's gone into
Maybe it's
neuropathy.
'cause life is a lottery, what's an anomaly. Sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty. Sometimes your nerves have been vibe and neuropathy. Begging the
that's a
surgeons
vibe.
to lobotomy. Honestly, I'ma speak honestly. Life is ironically fucking me chronically. I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery.
Oh, what a bar. License to Kill, call me Connery. Oh, that's a James Bond reference. I'm a fan of Bond. Okay, so those lyrics, oh, he was spitting them fast, and the bars were profound. So yeah, let's deep dive into that. Okie dokie, so these bars unfurl with the raw candor of a man dissecting his psyche under the merciless light of self-awareness. Ren's verse here pivots between biting irony and tragic lucidity, his words dancing on this fragile precipice where humor becomes a survival instinct and despair to a certain degree. It's a reluctant muse. The opening, maybe it's 'cause life's a lottery, what an anomaly. It sort of casts existence as a capricious draw of fate where merit is irrelevant and fortune blind. It's arbitrary hand dealing both splendor and suffering with equal indifference. The juxtaposition, sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty. And that exposes the chaotic oscillation of human experience, not merely material, but emotional and spiritual, as if life itself were a cruel game of cosmic dice. Then with the visceral image, sometimes your nerves have been fried by neuropathy. I really like that because Ren gives voice to the excruciating reality of mental and physical collapse, where pain becomes electrical, consuming, and unrelenting. And his plea, begging the surgeon to have a lobotomy, is no mere dramatic flourish, but a cry for peace from the storm of incessant thought, a yearning for oblivion disguised as medical metaphor. The repeated declaration, honestly, I must speak honestly, it sort of serves as both confession and exorcism, a moment where performance gives way to truth. Yet within this honesty lies sardonic wit. Life is ironically fucking me chronically. A line steeped in dark humor, that quintessential British gallows wit which laughs in the face of its own undoing. The self-diagnosis that follows, I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. That's very human. Profoundly human, actually, stripping away poetic artifice to reveal the weary ache of one simply tired of his own company, his own mind. And then, with devastating brilliance, the final blow, license for killing myself, call me Connery. The allusion to James Bond, Sean Connery, it's holder of a license to kill, so that was very clever. And again, it is morbidly clever. It's morbidly clever wordplay, self-destruction with cinematic bravado, transforming suicidal ideation into artful metaphor. It's a line both tragic and dazzling, shimmering with the paradox of a poet who turns pain into performance, and agony into artistry. Okay, let's keep this going.
Me chronically, I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark.
Yeah.
Never was late for the art. Never was late for the art. Genesis rain and the rain with a star. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis.
Oh.
Genesis.
Man, this song is fire, man. Okay. Yeah, okay, alright. Interesting, so that must be the chorus. So, before he gets going again, I just want to dissect that chorus a bit. Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen. So, here, Ren's lyricism crystallizes into a chant both elemental and ritualistic, a stark incantation that fuses human vulnerability with mythic resonance. The opening lines here that he uses, "I'ma be straight with you now, I'ma go straight for the heart." It's an announcement that is unflinchingly direct, a confrontation with truth stripped of euphemism, signaling an emotional precision as sharp and piercing as an arrow to its mark. And the imagery of pupils dilate in the dark, people dilate in the dark, conjures an atmosphere of nocturnal intensity where the mind and body respond viscerally to fear, loss, and introspection. So, and also, where mortality casts its inevitable shadowed silhouette. So the repeated invocation of Noah was late for the ark, transforms personal reflection into allegorical meditation. The mythic narrative of salvation and delayed deliverance mirrors Ren's own grappling with timing, destiny, and existential urgency, rendering history, scripture, and self into a single mournful continuum. Bloody bird. And then with the deliberate repetition, Genesis, rain, and it rain when it starts. Genesis, pain in the art. Genesis, aim for the heart. Genesis. So here Genesis operates on multiple planes. It is origin, it is renewal, it is confluence of suffering and creation, of emotion, transmuted into art. The rainfall, to me, seems emblematic of both cleansing and deluge, becomes metaphorical baptism through struggle. The pain inherent in art is acknowledged and embraced, and the aim for the heart line returns us to the intimate human core of expression, the locus where beauty and anguish entwine. So this section exemplifies the symbiotic marriage of lyrical and thematic craft, where Ren wields myth, corporeal imagery, and repetition like a masterful conductor, orchestrating thought and feeling to strike the listener's very soul with precision and resonance. And I'm feeling that too. So really just great going with Ren. Okay, this song is unexpectedly deep. I mean, with a title like Genesis, you probably could have anticipated it. But here we go. I love that effect. And the bass.
I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this realm of thought, it's definitely somewhere else. Wage war upon my demons, I've been knocking on the gates of hell. A heretic, a heathen, I've been screaming in this padded cell. It's pain making my pain waking, it's painstakingly cold. My
straight jacket.
Aching, my bones breaking when holding on to control. Wrap yellow tape round the body shape, put the body in the back, zip close. It's more it's mutating, it's such a sight to behold.
Okay, so there's a bit of casual morbidity with the way he lyrically phrases himself. It's, he is by far the most interesting artist I've covered on this channel. But anyway, let's dive deep into those lyrics. So now this passage plunges us into the infernal depths of Ren's psyche, an unflinching descent into the theatrical of internal warfare where the mind becomes both battlefield as well as casualty. The familiar refrain, "When I'm by myself, I find my mind drifting." Find my mind drifting somewhere else. And it returns, yet here it feels darker, more corrupted, as though the once curious wanderings of consciousness have metastasized into exile and torment. The shift from dimension to realm of thought tightens the focus. This is not escapism, but entrapment within the architecture of his own cognition. A prison wrought from synaptic storms. And then this next line I found quite interesting. "Wage war upon my demons. I've been knocking on the gates of hell." So that sort of evokes Miltonic grandeur, transforming psychological strife into an epic confrontation with the internal forces of self. What Ren does here is he casts himself as both warrior and supplicant, his endurance tested against unseen adversaries, the self-deception, a heretic, a heathen, I've been screaming in this padded cell. That just lays bare a psyche ostracized by its own volatility, a consciousness punished for its descent from conventional sanity. The padded cell, I would say that would become both literal and metaphorical, containment of chaos, isolation from understanding, and the claustrophobia of one's own spiraling thoughts. Then comes the exquisite, harrowing cadence of pain. It's pain-making, it's pain-waking, it's painstakingly cold. This recursive rhythm mirrors the cyclical self-generating nature of suffering, the way anguish feeds upon itself, breeding new forms of torment, my soul aching, my bones breaking, when holding on to control. So it's sort of transforming emotional agony into physical decay, illustrating the body as collateral damage in the mind's civil war. And the image of yellow tape and zipped bag, wrapped yellow tape, round body shape, put the body in the bag, zip close, is chillingly forensic, a symbolic death of self, a ritual of containment and denial, I would say. Yet, in its final stroke, it's malignant, it's mutating. It's such a sight to behold. Ren finds a perverse, terrible beauty in decay. The language of pathology becomes aesthetic. Mutation, though grotesque, signifies transformation. It is as if he invites us to witness not only the disintegration, but the dark artistry of his suffering. A portrait of the human condition painted in the hues of despair, as well as transcendence. I'm actually kind of glad the song is only, 2 minutes, 55 seconds? Because if it were any longer, this video would end up being huge. So, yeah. Although, to be honest, I do really enjoy the longer stuff where I'm able to just dissect and go mad on the lyrics. So, yeah. Anyway, whether it's short or long, it's Ren. So I love it. So let's keep going.
Close. It's malignant, it's mutating, it's such a sight to behold. Let me be real for a second. Tongue is a gun, it's a weapon. Reload, blah blah, that beast mode.
Okay.
Get 'em.
Onomatopoeia.
For a second, hit a hoop like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with the three-point steal, succession. Switch swoop, and I'm making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession, making them feel the profession. Time is the author, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. Time is confined in the eye of my mind. It reminds me that life is just slipping right by. Take my piece of the pie and I'm feeding on wine that I'm freedom in rhyme to defy my depression.
Oh man, where has this song been? Yeah, I mean, I got so much out of that. What a fascinating transmutation of energy, where the introspective torment of the preceding verses combusts into rhythmic ferocity. Ren steps from the shadows of introspection into the furnace of articulation. He becomes the warrior, and language is his chosen weapon. Let me be real for a second. That signals a tonal pivot, a confession preluding confrontation. What follows, tongue as a gun, is a weapon. I like that. Transforming speech into artillery, a metaphor as elegant as it is explosive. The percussive repetition, reload, blah, blah, dead him. That sort of mimics gunfire, blurring the line between wordplay and warfare. The syllables themselves detonate, each onomatopoeic burst underscoring the potency of lyrical expression as both act and defense. And another thing he says, in beast mode Armageddon, we witness the apotheosis of self-assertion, a cathartic eruption of confidence forged in suffering. Yet this is no hollow bravado. The following lines blend athletic imagery with poetic dexterity. Hit a hoop like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with a three-point steal in succession. That is such a bar. And here, mastery and precision converge. Performance becomes metaphor for control, for the disciplined reclamation of agency. The repetition, making him feel the profession, is almost mantra-like, transforming artistry into vocation, vocation into identity. Then, in a sort of breathtaking tonal shift, Ren philosophically unpacks time as both tyrant and tutor. Time is the order, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. So within this trinity of perception lies existential equilibrium. Time as destroyer, as instructor, and as the crucible of human meaning. His introspection deepens. What does he say? Oh, I got the lyrics in front of me. Time is confined in the eye of the mind. That reminds me that life is just slipping right by. Poignant recognition of mortality's quiet theft. Yet amidst this melancholy, a gentle rebellion rises. Take my piece of the pie, and then feed and unwind. I find freedom in rhyme to define my depression. That closing revelation is the heart of the verse, a testament to artistic transmutation. The very act of writing becomes Ren's emancipation. His rhymes, the architecture through which he gives form to pain and thereby diminishes its tyranny. What began as combat ends in catharsis. The weaponized tongue becomes a pen. The violence of expression refined into liberation through art. This song is really quite something. Okay, this song is just an absolute banger. I mean, this is something you'd probably listen to. Well, I'm going to listen to this on repeat for the next few days. And it's got that type of catchy vibe to it, especially that part after the chorus with that sound effect. But yeah, really brilliant from Ren again. So here we go. I'm just going to let it play all the way.
The life is just slipping right by, take my piece of the pie and I'm feeding on wine. I find freedom in rhyme to defy my depression. I'ma be straight where you're now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. No one was late for the art. No one was late for the art.
Dilate.
Genesis rain in the rain with the start. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis.
Oh, that's so great.
Genesis.
Oh, this song is such a vibe, man. Is this in Brighton? Where is this? Blackpool? Okay, I don't know. But, oh, what a song, man. You see, so, okay, I was going to say this is one of my favorite Ren songs, but it seems like that's a frequent occurrence every time I react or analyze one of his songs. I really enjoyed Bittersweet Symphony. I don't think one could do a Ren song tier list because all of them are just so brilliant. But this is definitely one of my favorites. Thank you for the recommendations. Okay, so Genesis by Ren emerges as a searing, intimate odyssey into the labyrinth of the mind, a profound excavation of mental turbulence, self-scrutiny, as well as the ceaseless skirmishes that life orchestrates within us. The invocation of Genesis and the allusions to Noah's flood serve as luminous metaphors entwining suffering with renewal, casting the cyclical cadence of anguish and rebirth and stark. And within those lyrics, one encounters the visceral sensation of being ensnared by one's own demons, the oppressive weight of depression, the capricious oscillations of existence, life rendered both as cruel lottery and wondrous anomaly. And the song really did get me thinking a lot. Yet amidst this chiaroscuro of despair, Ren discovers sanctuary in creation, in the sacred act of crafting rhymes and music, transforming pain into expression, chaos into form, the ache of the soul into an instrument of liberation. The song really does resonate with themes of perseverance and vulnerability, though, which is great. It's a testament to the human capacity to endure, to confront inner conflict, and to embrace the luminous possibility of renewal, even when salvation appears delayed and growth seems agonizingly protracted. Okay, and so, dear companions of cadence and word, we arrive at the conclusion of our journey through Ren's Genesis. I really do hope that these reflections on lyric and voice have stirred your imagination and perhaps revealed nuances that might otherwise have slipped quietly by. Do not forget to wander through my Ren Reaction playlist, linked in the description below. It's an archive of my own personal insights, emotions, and infinite reverberations of his art. If your heart has been genuinely moved, I humbly invite you to comment, like, subscribe, and share this exploration so that our community of seekers continues to grow. For those who wish to sustain the alchemy of the wordsmith, please do so by supporting this channel via Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, Super Thanks, or by becoming a channel member. All of it, in a very profound way, helps keep this channel alive. Until we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, do be impossibly kind, be gentle, be respectful to one another, and help each other out when you can. And I'll see you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, in the next video. Take care, everyone. Cheers.